Hello, dear students. How are you? I hope all of you are fine. I, Sunil Dutt Sharma, TGT English, Kendriya Vidyalaya Masrak, welcome you all in our today's class of English. Dear students, as you can guess from the picture, today we are going to discuss a very beautiful and interesting story, The Snake and the Mirror, from our book Beehive for class 9. Before starting the story, we should learn what we will be able to do at the end of this class. The students will be able to appreciate the story, understand the grammatical elements integrated in the story, understand the main points of the story, understand new words and expressions, express their views and ideas in a well structured and systematic manner. Skills and competencies. Listening skill. You will be able to follow instructions and directions. Make inferences and judgments. Reading skills. Read with ease and understanding. Skim the reading text to identify main ideas. Scan text for specific spotting details. Writing skill. Students will be able to write meaningful sentences. They will be able to speak using appropriate vocabulary, tone, pose, and gesture. Competencies. Students will be able to understand the values of life. They will be able to read, speak, and write a humorous story. Dear students, in this way we are going to start the summary. The Snake and the Mirror had been written by Padma Shri awardee V. M. Basir in Malayalam and later was translated in English by V. Abdullah. It is a complex story of self-discovery that is humorously told. The protagonist or the main character is a vain and foolish young man who in a moment of crisis realizes that he is poor, foolish and stupid. The story is about a homeopathic doctor who was handsome, unmarried, and an admirer of his own beauty. He lived in a rented house which was not electrified. It means there was no electric power supply available in the house, and the house was also infested with rats. There were many rats in the house. One hot summer night, he had his meal at a restaurant and returned home. He lit the kerosene lamp, took off his coat and shirt, and settled on a chair to read a medical book. On the table, near the lamp, there was a large mirror. He took a look in that mirror and admired his looks, his own looks. He planned to look more presentable. He felt that he was a handsome and bachelor doctor. Gradually, his thoughts shifted from self-admiration to planning his future marriage. He decided to marry a rich and fat lady doctor having a good practice. He wanted to marry a fat lady so that she would not be able to run and catch him. He also decided to keep thin mustache. He was so engrossed in his dreaming that he did not give much importance to the sudden silence. There was a sound of falling something behind him. He was slow to react. By the time he turned around to look, a snake had slid over the back of his chair, wriggled onto his shoulder, and coiled around his left arm above the elbow. It was a dangerous snake. Its hood spread out just 4 inches away from his face. The doctor sat there like a stone statue, not making any movement, lest the snake strike him. Suddenly, he realized the presence of God. Dear students, remember earlier he was praising himself, but when he is in trouble, he is realizing the presence of God. He had no medicine with him to cure the snake bite. He realized that he was a poor, foolish, and stupid doctor. The moment he accepted his true worth, the snake left him and sat in front of the mirror. The doctor got up silently and sprinted out of the room. Next morning, when he returned to take his belongings, he noticed that all his belongings were stolen, as he had run away without locking the door. But the thief had not stolen his dirty vest as a final insult. This is the summary. Now, dear students, I request you all, you take your textbook and you read the whole story. While reading the story, you may feel that there are some difficult words which may be new to you or unknown to you. I have prepared a list of word meanings which may be helpful. Have a look at this. Word meanings: homeopath, a homeopathic doctor; electrified, having electric power supply; meager, small in quantity; gable, upper part of a wall below a sloping roof; regaled, twisted and turned quickly as the snakes move, the snake's motion; slithered, moved in a smooth and controlled way; coiled, to wind into a series of circles; locked, waited secretly; feeble, weak; sprinter, a fast runner. Dear students, after listening to the summary, after reading the story and learning the word meanings, you will find out that this is a story which tells us a very critical situation, a very difficult situation, but the way it is told is very humorous, or you can say this story has been told humorously. Then what is humor? Let's try to know something more about humor. Wit and humor designate species of the comic. It is any element in a work of literature, whether a character, an event, or an utterance, which is designated to amuse or to excite mirth in the reader or audience. In simple words, humor is what provokes laughter. Humor is what makes us laugh. As in the starting, I told you that this story is humorously told. There are many occasions in the story when we laugh. For example, when the homeopath takes a look in the mirror and admires his own look, he says many times, "I am handsome, bachelor, and doctor too." This also makes us laugh. Again, when he decides to marry a rich and fat lady doctor, as she would not be able to run and catch him, and when he recalls that he has no medicine to cure the snake bite, and we laugh wholeheartedly when he realizes I was but a poor, foolish, and stupid doctor. In the end, when we come to know that the thief has stolen everything but the dirty vest of the homeopath, we can't help laughing. So we can say that this story is full of humor. I hope, dear students, you have learnt what is humor and how a situation can be told humorously, even a very critical situation. Dear students, after reading the story, after going through the summary, after learning the word meanings, after learning what is humor, you can very easily tackle the textual question answers. And after working with the text in your notebook, in your textbook, working with the language is given. And in that portion, there, how to report a question under the reported speech section, some exercises are given. I have prepared 2 or 3 PPTs based on those exercises. Let's try to understand what it is. Dear students, you have learnt in your class 7 and 8 that there are 2 different ways in which we can report the words of a speaker. Number 1, direct speech. Number 2, indirect speech. For example, Tanukriti said to me, I am feeling unwell today. This is an example of direct speech. Underlined verb said to is reporting verb, and underlined words inside the inverted commas are reported speech. Said to is reporting verb, and I am feeling unwell today, it is reported speech. Now look at the second sentence. Tanukriti told me that she was feeling unwell that day. This is an example of indirect speech. We have removed comma and inverted commas, and now it is in indirect speech. Generally, when reporting verb is in past tense, as said is in past, its present form is say. Generally, when reporting verb is in past tense, we change the tense of the reported speech. Our reported speech in direct speech, I am feeling unwell today, was in present continuous tense. But when we changed it in indirect speech, we have made she was feeling unwell that day, means present continuous tense has been changed into past continuous tense. We have changed the tense. Why? Because our reporting verb was in past tense. We follow a simple rule when we are changing from direct to indirect speech. Always go to past. If it is present indefinite, go to past indefinite. If it is future indefinite, go to past. Then it is a simple rule, always go to past. If our reported speech is already in past, then we change it into deeper past, means past perfect and past perfect continuous. Up to now, we have learnt how to change simple statements from direct to indirect speech. Now we will learn how to change questions from direct to indirect speech. It means how to report questions. We will learn it now. Study these sentences. His friends asked, did you see the snake the next day, doctor? His friend asked the doctor if he had seen the snake the next day. Second sentence, direct speech. Someone asked, why has the thief left the vest behind? Indirect speech. Someone asked why the thief had left the vest behind. Dear students, you can notice very easily, we have changed the tense from past to deeper past and from present perfect to past perfect. But this time we were changing questions from direct to indirect speech. After examining these sentences, we can learn the following things, following rules, following changes. In direct speech, a question will end with a question mark. You can look at both the sentences carefully, they are ending in question. But an indirect speech will end with a full stop. But when we change them into indirect speech, they are followed by a full stop only. In direct speech, a question will start either with a helping verb like did or with a WH family word. WH family means who, what, when, why, where, which and how. How is also a WH family word. Like, why has the thief left the vest behind? When in direct speech, a question is starting with a helping verb like did, is, are, am, was, were or shall will, we will use if or whether in indirect speech as conjunction. To remove comma and inverted comma, we will use if or whether. But when in direct speech, a question is starting with a WH family word, then there is no need to use if or whether in indirect speech, because WH family word will work as a conjunction in itself. Dear students, this picture has been taken from your book Beehive. Report these questions using if or whether or why, when, where, how, which, who. Remember, the italicized verbs change into the past. As I told you earlier, always go to past. Meena asked her friend, do you think your teacher will come today? Dear student, it is a question and you will have to report it, and you will remember one thing, you will change the tense and it is starting with a simple helping verb do, not with WH family. Second, David asked his colleague, where will you go this summer? Third one, he asked the little boy, why are you studying English? Fourth one, she asked me, when are we going to leave? Fifth one, Pran asked me, have you finished reading the newspaper? Dear students, first of all, you try to do all the 5 sentences on your own. If you can do it, very good, very nice. But if you are facing any difficulty, don't worry, I have prepared answers to these questions also. The first answer, Meena asked her friend. If, we have used if because our question was starting with did. That's why we have used if. It was not WH family. If she thought her teacher would come that day. Second one, David asked his colleague. In this we have not used if because our question was starting with WH family, where word. Where itself is working as a conjunction, so no need of adding if or whether. Where he would go that summer, this has been changed to that. Nearness showing words will change into showing distance. Third one, he asked the little boy why he was studying English. Fourth one, she asked me when we were going to leave. And fifth one, Pran asked me if I had finished reading the newspaper. Dear students, I hope that you have learnt the basic rules of reporting questions. All the answers are ending with a full stop. Keep in mind. Second thing, if your question was starting with simple helping verb like do, did, is, are, am, was, were or shall, will. Then you will add if or whether. But when your question is starting with WH family, no need of any other conjunction, because WH family words will work as conjunction itself. And while changing direct speech into indirect speech, remember one rule: if your reporting verb is in past, then the tense of your reported speech will be changed. And while changing tense, remember only one formula: always go to past. And if it is already in past, then go to deeper past. And if it is already in deeper past, then there is no place left to go, then it will not be changed. Dear students, we have read the story, we have learnt the word meanings, we have learnt what is humor and how to report questions. Now it's time for homework. Dear students, you will deal with textual question answers and working with language. You will note down all those things in your homework notebook. But apart from that, I have assigned something else to you as your homework. Look at this picture. In this picture, a monkey is looking at his own face in a mirror. After watching this picture carefully, you will write a humorous story full of humor in about 150 words on the basis of this picture. Dear students, in this way we have completed our beautiful story, The Snake and the Mirror. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned something new and valuable. Okay, dear students, thank you. Thanks a lot. Be happy, be safe, keep working, keep learning. Thank you.